You think of a reel or a social media post like a seed out there, all by itself, doing its job, linked to SEO hashtags and keywords in your post, and depending on what kind of audience you have, seeing the growth, seeing each individual post act like a way to get a client, get the word out about you. So if you're a small business out there, that's what I do. And I love doing it. And I'm good at it. You want to think of those personalities under your roof. The funny guy in the kitchen nobody sees in your restaurant. Film him. Show the people who's cooking their food. You'll get more people. That's the tip for today. Go hiking.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Welcome, Quack.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Welcome to Aries Brood Podcast. My name is Lucas, and we're going to be talking about one of my favorite films, one that, I don't know, that not many people may classify as a horror movie, but I like to.
I thought Jaws was a fishing movie.
Some could certainly say that. I can see the case being made, but yeah.
So it's not filmed by Discovery Channel,
right?
It's not Shark Week.
It's not a documentary. So, So Jaws. It came out in 1975. A long time ago. And I remember, so I believe everyone here has seen Jaws. I remember seeing it when I was a kid, and if I wasn't afraid of the ocean already from just jellyfish and and all those little monsters,
The ocean, I was afraid of the bathtub. Shit.
If you weren't afraid of the water already, I think then Jaws would do it for you. It was absolutely terrifying, and I don't know. Do you all remember the first time you saw Jaws, and how'd you feel about it?
Yeah, Jaws was definitely up there with the movie Birds and Arachnophobia. Like if you wanted fears, then you need to tune in to movies in the early 80s to early 90s. That was the era where we were giving phobias to everyone.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh man. I swear, like, I watched Arachnophobia so many times. Like I wore out the tape like on our VHS player when I was a kid watching Arachnophobia.
Yeah, and Pet Cemetery. I still hate cats.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
I hate cats. Dogs, I'm okay with. Cujo didn't do anything to me about dogs. I love dogs, but cats, they can go to hell. All of them.
Right?
Cats are the
All of them.
devil.
They're the devil.
I've been allergic to
Sucking
cats my entire
bastards.
life. Yeah, I've been allergic to cats my entire life, so yeah, I needed no help there. So, but well,
So Jaws actually came out in 1974, the book, and then a year later they made the movie out of it. So it was that popular as a book that they converted to movie that fast.
Yeah, he was telling me
Yeah.
about that. He's like, "Have you ever played a game that had anything to do with the movie?" And I'm like, "Well, I remember they made the board game Clue, and then they created the movie, and the movie was just boring."
Clue.
Clue, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
my beef with Clue is just the fact that you get everything at the very end of the film. Now, if we were following a lot of these facts, like up to a conclusion, then that would be interesting. But that's my big beef with Clue is just all the exposition at the end. It's just, it's just Curie, Tim Curry, just summing up everything at the end, which didn't like. No, didn't like that at all. But especially for like a murder mystery, like I was kind of hoping, that we kind of get there and kind of like piece it together ourselves, but that's just impossible. The movie is just convoluted as hell. So, but yeah, so Jaws has, like you mentioned earlier, it was originally a book. Peter Benchley wrote this book that was wildly successful. Actually, it is even one of our fun little Jaws facts. Actually, go ahead and put up our Jaws fact. I believe is
Okay. So the
4.
number one Jaws fact is Jaws was released in 1975. It was the first film to be released on a massive scale in 400 plus theaters and the first U.S. film to gross over $100 million. It was the first blockbuster.
Yep.
Wow, $100 million now would be considered a fail and a broke movie.
I know, right? that it would be considered a Disney movie.
That's the new Snow White.
Right. So I believe there's one about Peter Benchley. I want to say it's number 3, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. So yes, Jaws was a book that was on the bestseller list for 44 weeks, and then blockbuster film, and then about 6 years ago, then this board game hit the market. And I don't know if you've ever played a board game that is based on a movie or based on much of anything. It's not something that's all that popular, or no, I shouldn't say popular, because it is popular, unfortunately, but it's just not executed all that well. And
so how do you play? Like when you first start up, I'm sure it needed to have 3 or 4 players. Like Monopoly, you give everybody like money and stuff. What does everybody start up with on this?
So Jaws is is great in that. Well, I mean, it's 3 guys and a shark,
right?
So you got Hooper, you got Quint, you got Brody, and then you got the shark. And so the shark player is trying to eat up as many swimmers as possible.
Okay.
And everybody else is trying to save as many swimmers as possible.
Okay.
And they all have unique powers. They all have unique abilities. And so while the Jaws character, is kind of is kind of, so this is what's called kind of like a hidden movement game, and so the shark player has a little shark tracker.
Okay.
And
I
they
have
are
a little fun fact for you for this shark player.
Oh yeah.
Shark, by the crew of the movie, was called Bruce, named after Steven Spielberg's lawyer. So the mechanical Jaws was named Bruce.
Oh, you're stealing my
Oh, am I?
fun facts.
I need to put my list away. I should put my list away.
Yeah,
You're good, Amber.
it's all good. So, but yeah, so the shark character kind of has like this little shark tracker,
Okay.
that they are finding, and basically like you just kind of document, on your turn, where you are, kind of like as you move about, like this board.
Okay.
And so shark, kind of goes first in that manner, and then everybody else is basically just trying to find the shark, and they're trying to find the shark, and they're trying to slap a barrel on him. So like anybody who may be familiar with the film, you've got these little barrels, that you're trying to pin on the shark.
Okay.
Now the only person who can do this is Quint.
Okay.
So so you want Quint to be kind of like the last person to go, and hopefully Brody and Hooper will be able to find where the shark character is. And so then now they've got 4 actions, and so then you start like every turn, so with a Amityville event, and so these are just kind of like things that are happening. So Mayor Vaughn steps in. Now what does Mayor Vaughn step in to do? So so then what you do is you place swimmers. And so we got so I need 2 in the North Beach, and then like 2 in the South Beach, 1 in the East, and 1 in the West. Oh, except not him. Now, so this is kind of a fun fact of the film. You see this little +2 on this guy. So this is Michael. Now, Michael is Brody's son, and so only a card kind of like brings him into play. It's kind of a fun little detail in the game, but yeah. So if you take, yeah, so then if Michael, kind of comes into play, then that basically gives more motivation, for Brody to save his son, basically, and then also it kind of increases.
No,
the
Z must have hit the wrong button. Hey, while Z's gone, I think we might have a troll. They want to know if you're from Minnesota because you have an accent.
No. No. Born and raised in Denver. So but no, I mean I wish I was. Have you ever seen the film Fargo? One of my favorite movies of all time. Oh my god, it takes place in Minnesota, and if it's not in Minnesota, it's somewhere close, but they just have like this ridiculous don't you know accent that is amazing. But
a Midi Island, I wonder if they got that from the Midi Horror House.
So it is loosely related because it's, I'm trying to recall, but it's like around like the New Jersey area. That's but it's complete fake, but
and Amber says North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Fargo was Minnesota.
I think somebody's leading us astray.
Yeah, no, it was based out of Minnesota.
I'm almost that's what I thought.
And actually North Dakota as well. Grand Forks,
on
North
the border.
Dakota.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
that region. So, but yeah, Fargo is a great movie. Actually, yeah, Fargo, North Dakota.
Then they became a bank, Wells Fargo. If we're gonna make up lies, let's go all the way.
So, but yeah, so each player just kind of like has like their their identity that they play as. They all have different abilities. They're all trying to find the shark in their own way. And then ultimately Quint will then pin like these two little barrels on him, and so by the end of like the first act, then you have figured out like how many swimmers that the shark has eaten, and so then this then decides how many crew cards and how many shark ability cards that the players will have in Act 2. And Act 2 we'll get into a bit later. But so yeah, we'll just dwell on Act 1 here for a second.
So how do you figure out Act 2? Is that like how many times around the circle that you go?
No, so once like all of the once the two barrels have been put on the shark, pinned on the shark, and then or once all of the swimmers have been eaten up, then that's when you advance to Act 2. And so yeah, then you then toss the board, perhaps even in frustration, I don't know, but then you turn over to the board, and then you build Act 2. And so we'll get into that like a bit later.
Okay.
But it's just great how this game articulates the movie so well. I mean, like for one, just the fact that you've got like this hidden movement. I mean, so the mechanical shark in Jaws was largely just malfunctioning for most of the film, and so they had to be creative and just went with like a first person point of view, like for Jaws, and just really found a way, to make it work without the shark. And so now, like almost all of the footage that we see of the mechanical shark in the film are what they had. I mean, like they pretty much used all the footage that they had of the shark, and it was really, like only functional for like the last part of the film, and that's really when they needed it. That's really when you needed it. That last 10 minutes of the film. Really.
Now this setup is neat. Now did it come with the shells and the?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I mean, they really outdid themselves.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not sure if I'm jumping the gun on any of your trivia, but the reason the shark wasn't in the first movie as much was because it kept breaking. And then the audience actually thought that added more mystery and scariness, because you're always more scared of the things you don't see. Like my kids are scared of the dark. There's nothing in the dark. What are you scared of? So that's the thing with with Jaws.
Yeah, definitely. um, yeah. So having that hidden movement in the game really, you know, really is a accurate depiction of the movie, you know, and also just the motivation, you know, like of Brody, because you can potentially eat Michael, you know, and his son, you know, and you know, further, you know, kind of like motivating him to kill the shark, you know, and further, you know, kind of like motivating him, you know, to kind of
Oh, Amber has decided to join us.
Hey,
yes.
Let
you
me.
can't see me, but it's all right.
Okay, hold on. So let me add a little camera thing there. Hold on a second.
We're gonna have the whole crew.
Hell yeah! I can even take myself off the screen because Amber is way prettier than I am.
Oh no, you can keep yourself up there. I'm good hiding. I'm just I'm sitting here reading Gypsy Foyas.
Oh, okay. All right, there we go.
Oh, here I am. Okay. Hello, everybody.
Howdy, welcome.
Hello. So Amber, have you seen Jaws?
I have.
What did you think of the film?
It made me scared to go in the water. Definitely. I was born in '79. I don't remember when it came out, but
I'm pretty sure it came out in 78.
Yeah, it's
75.
75. Wow, I was way off.
No.
I know it's been a part of my entire life. You know, Jaws,
Right.
E.T., stuff like that. So it's scary.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I mean, it's an indelible film, you know, that just really just, you know, just stuck in our culture for so long. I mean, the fact that we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of Jaws this month is yeah, just really shows the film's staying power, you know, and just the fact that it has now been immortalized by Congress as a film, you know, that so it will be protected, you know, in the National Library of Congress forever and ever. And yeah, so
Did they make a Jaws 2 and 3 game as well?
I am sure that they have, and
Let me check the back computer.
and I'm certain that they're awful.
Yeah, just like the movies.
Yeah. Oh my God, they're so bad. They're so bad. I mean, the only good thing that the third one had going for it was that it was really pushed in 3D, which was kind of like new at the time, and so that kind of helped it out. Maybe, you know. But yeah, it's so bad. So bad.
Yeah, I think I remember watching it in 3D, and I watched the Three Stooges in 3D.
Nice.
Oh wow. When the slapstick comedy really slaps you.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. The board game, it just says the game of Jaws 1975 ideal toy company. A simple remove the junk dexterity game where you carefully pull pieces from a shark's open mouth. If you're unlucky, the shark snaps shut. That's kind of like Hungry Hippo. It's rare today, but ideal 1975 version of the NECA 2025 release both exists. And then it talks about the board game of Ravensburg 2019. It's a suspenseful, cinematic, hidden movement game where one player is a shark and the other plays as Brody, Hooper, and Quinn. Kind of like this one.
Oh, that is that one.
Yeah, okay. Yes. And then, well, you know, I don't know why it just didn't tell me no on 2 and 3. It you know, gosh, it's like Siri. If I wanted to look shit up, I would have asked Siri. I just wanted to answer another question. But yeah, all right. So there's your answer.
The answer is no.
So Amber, so we talked a little bit about this earlier, but is there a game that you have played that has been based off of a film before?
It's been based off of a film. Oh, E.T.
Oh,
I
okay.
actually have it up there. My daughter was so afraid of ET as a kid. I mean, like I had to blindfold her when she went into Blockbuster. It was bad. It was
For real?
yeah, it was bad.
And see, I'm feeling dumb because I was scared of the bathtub for about a month after Jaws.
And so she finally got over it. And so, as a joke, we have the ET game up there that her grandma had when she was a kid, because we had to actually hide that game for years. She
Now-
didn't even like, we couldn't even tell her where it was at.
Now I know that there's like an ET Atari game, like
Yeah.
that's like an ancient game. Now I was not aware that there was a board game.
Hold on, let me get it. I have shorts on, so I'm going to put my avatar on real quick.
Everybody just waits and stares.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's
but-
do a roundabout. Let's see how this thing plays out.
A roundabout.
Yeah.
So the shark player, which I gotta admit, is perhaps like my favorite. I love playing as the shark. It's so much fun. I mean, because in a way, you're kind of the game master, I guess, or of the game. You're kind of if you've played the game before, if you have some familiarity, it's best to play the shark, just because there's some things that can go wrong. Because if you've got like somebody who's just playing it for the first time, then you might kind of mess up like where exactly or how exactly you move. So the shark has 3. So you can start anywhere technically, and nobody knows where you're starting from. It's all you. You're in your own world, like on your little shark, on your little shark tracker, So, and and then like the shark is just going to just kind of decide what they want to do,
As sharks generally do.
as they do, and so thankfully, like because of this shark tracker, you shouldn't be able to mess up, but it happens. And so then I'm gonna decide where the heck I'm gonna start here.
Kind of like Battleship.
Right, exactly like Battleship. All right, so I know where I'm starting.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm just watching, probably.
Well, we have no idea either.
Yeah, we're all lost in the weeds.
Yeah, right.
Well, no, I mean because quite honestly, I mean like Jaws, like you're in his world, you're in his habitat, and so really, Bruce is kind of doing what Bruce does, and has and so he is so I have decided where I'm starting, and then so we have so we did like like the we'll even go with that first event card. So this first event card, so it kind of, so you see here that
after placing swimmers, remove all swimmers at any one beach and close the beach.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, this is deja vu. Okay.
Yeah. So then so Mayor Vaughn then like has decided to close and remove after place swimmers, and then remove all swimmers at one beach. So which beach would you like the swimmers removed from? So we've got North Beach here, South Beach, East Beach. Where would you guys like to I
say North Beach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so you've told
it's colder in the north, right? That's where
right.
That's where fish are. Okay.
All right, so we removed this, and this beach is closed. So we got
winter's coming. Beach is closed.
we got like this this handy little.
All right, no swimming, hazardous area, beach closed by the order of the witty police.
Yeah. And so, all right. So, being that you made that call, we're gonna say that you're Brody here, since Brody's got the authority. He's got the badge.
Oh, so I'm Brody.
Yep. So, Brody.
Oh no.
Look out! Look out, Deputy Doofy.
All right. So you've
I'm Brody.
okay.
Our podcast just went back to the 70s. The things we do on this podcast, we can't do in the 2025s. Pretend like we're in the 1970s, guys.
Wow, that's gonna be interesting.
So the event has been resolved then, and so then the shark is going to do what the shark does.
Okay. Gobble
All
gobble.
right.
Do I make sound effects or? Oh no, I'm
certainly.
Brody. That's right.
Okay. And so then it's almost like a little like have you played like Mafia or what's Mafia or the
Werewolf?
It'll come to yes, Werewolf. So
Yeah.
in Werewolf, then you see somebody has died, like over the night, and then everybody just has to kind of decide. So a swimmer has been eaten in the East Beach.
Oh. So we should have closed east instead of north. Nice job.
Your board game camera went out of focus.
Yeah.
Oh
Right.
boy.
So so then now we know that the shark has 3 moves. So the shark and that the shark so it takes 1 action to move a space, and it takes 1 action to eat a swimmer, and that the shark has not used any of his special abilities. So he has 4 special abilities, and I'll kind of go over like what each of these abilities are. Maybe when they're used. I don't know. But basically, like the shark does not trigger like a motion sensor. The shark may eat all swimmers at a beach. The shark may move up to 3 spaces with 1 move. And the shark is invisible to Hooper's fish finder.
Okay.
So these are all like things that can happen, but none of those things happened. So none of those abilities were used.
And so are those cards finally founded? Like when you move across the board, it tells you like pick it up. Or
well, so when the shark, on their turn uses those things, then they'll let you know. So then it gives you just more information to make kind of better decisions and such.
Okay.
So that. So here's Quint over here, and and so all right. So Brody, is at his police station right here.
Okay.
And then we got Hooper is at the dock, and Quint is over here as the other dock.
Okay.
And so then it comes down to what do you guys want to do? So you see that there's 2 swimmers at South Beach. You've been notified that you have lost a swimmer at East Beach. And the North Beach was closed. So that's So then next turn, then swimmers won't be going to where the beach is closed.
Right. So we definitely want to close East Beach now.
You won't be able to, because like you can only close like 1 beach. I mean, because this is July 4th weekend, and so everybody the mayor wants to keep as much of the beach open as possible. That's the idea, so you guys just kind of have to like decide what you guys want to do now. You can move, which costs 1 space. You can rescue a swimmer, and that takes 1 action, or you can pick up a barrel, and that costs 1 action. And so all of you have 4 actions. So
Okay.
so who wants to go? So Brody, you are landlocked.
Okay.
You're kind of stuck to this area.
Okay.
Now, Quint.
Who's going to be Quint?
Who wants to be Quint? I don't know. So Quint, you've already got 2 barrels, and now ultimately you want. So there are no barrels on the shark right now, and so you want those 2 barrels to get on the shark, and it just takes an action to basically like drop a barrel like into an area. Now, if it's an area that I'm at, that the shark is at, then it pins to that shark. So you guys just have to kind of find the shark. And so that's why it's always best for Quint to go last, because then Hooper and Brody can spend their turns trying to find the shark, and they might find him. And in the event that they do, then Quint can come to the rescue and pin him, So
I guess I can be Hooper because I've got the matching glasses.
There you go.
there you
I
go.
was thinking.
And so, is it Hooper's turn?
I think he said it was Quinn's turn.
I thought Quint's going last.
No, so this is also part of the fun and part of the cooperative nature of this great game is that go whatever the heck you want, whoever wants to go first can go first, and so it just for strategy's sake, it's probably best for Quint to go last.
Okay.
Just because he's the one that he's the only one that can pin the barrels.
Well, I'll go first. Let's
All right.
Let's start this party with a bang.
So, all right. So you're here at the police station.
Okay.
And what do you want to do? You got a couple of swimmers on the South Beach here.
Okay.
You got a swimmer on the West Beach.
Okay.
So
what are my options? Give it to me.
So you've got 4 actions.
4 actions. Okay.
And so to move to space costs 1, and to rescue a swimmer costs 1.
Okay.
So yeah.
So I say rescue a swimmer.
You don't want to go for the donut shop, Mr. Cop?
No, I got dunked back.
Your priorities are all fucked up, buddy. Are we allowed to curse on this podcast?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oops. I should never be invited anywhere.
No, you're good. I think you're funny, Z.
So do I.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, so I'm gonna save a swimmer.
Okay.
And the goal is has to do like a round robin, just one round before our time's up.
So okay, all right. And so then will you do you want to go to South Beach or West Beach?
Let's see. I think I want to, so I can only go to South Beach.
Oh yeah.
Or West Beach.
Or West Beach.
Sure.
I can't go to East Beach because they've already closed down North.
No, because they're next to you. So you're at the middle of the South and West.
Okay.
You can only jump over to this space.
I failed land nav. Okay. I'll do South.
All right, great. All right. So then so one action gets you there.
Okay.
And then another action rescues a swimmer. Do you want to rescue the other one as well?
Is it a woman or a man?
Good question. Good question.
It looks to be.
Is she single? Let your damn boyfriend save you, girl. I'm not trying to save you. That's your boyfriend's job. Let me have your number.
Why do I feel like I'm sitting in Harold and Kumar right now?
I don't know. They're submerged in water. Either way.
Okay.
Okay,
I
so
say if we can. I say
so,
if we
so
can,
it's a they.
if we
We're
can
gonna save a
both
they.
of them. Save both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so you have one more action.
One more action. Okay.
You're in South Beach, just party.
So remind me what other actions I have. I can save a swimmer.
Yeah, you can come to the shop and maybe pick up a barrel, or I don't know, hang out. Now, so you also have these handy dandy binoculars,
Okay.
Ooh.
and you can use the binoculars once per round to look into a beach space. So then you can look out and see, well, is the shark here? So
So I think that's what I would want to do. Is I would want to grab the binoculars.
All right. All right. And so you do so, and no shark there.
All right. Awesome.
So you don't see a darn thing. Right.
Oh, I got my fly gun.
All right, I'm ready, guys. I'm ready. This cop needed some backup. This guy,
All right.
lazy ass cop.
All right. So Hooper.
Did somebody say cop?
Oh my God, Joel.
Okay, and so Hooper is in his fancy fast boat, and he can move up to 2 spaces, and yeah, and so you've got 4 actions. Whomever Hooper is.
All right.
I'm Hooper.
Go Hooper.
Where am I at on the board?
All right. So Hooper is right here. Yep, hanging
All
out.
right.
And
Can I go and save this lady in the West Beach?
you sure can.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, pretty mama,
All right. So 1
baby.
and
hop on my boat.
all right, and rescued. Okay. So then that's 2 actions, and so then you have 2 more actions.
Hmm.
Oh, and also these count as spaces as well. So it's kind of like a fast way of traveling, kind of getting, getting around the board.
Oh, okay.
Such. So, and also Hooper has a fish finder. So he's got this fancy little fish finder on his
Nice.
boat.
Oh.
And when he uses that,
Didn't I get binoculars? Where's my binoculars?
yeah, you got these.
Yeah.
binoculars. Yep. So all right, so then yeah, you got this you got your little, fish finder if you want to use it, and it lets you know
All right. Well,
yeah, it lets you know if the shark is in an adjacent space.
So I've got 2 moves left, right?
Yes.
So can I use my fish finder in quadrant 1 and then move over to quadrant 2?
Oh, so unfortunately, this is a diagonal move, and
Oh,
so
I
it
see.
just needs to be just kind of adjacent. But I don't know, you could go to 3 and then just do
Yeah, I could go to 3 and then 1, I guess. Right?
Yeah. And unfortunately, then you wouldn't be able to use your fish finder because you only got 2 actions.
Oh, fish finder
Yeah,
is
yeah.
my move.
Yeah. It takes an action to.
Oh, I see. Okay, so let's just check out 3 and find some fish in there.
All right. Yeah, and so you use your fish finder and no dice. Yeah, there is no shark there. So now it and so then you have used all 4 actions, and now it is Quint's turn.
Sweet.
Quint.
Where
All
am I at?
So Quint is here on the dock, sitting in his in the orca, And
Okay.
and you have 4 actions.
So let's go to East Beach.
Okay. So 1 action.
Can I throw my little barrels out there in the water?
All right. So once per round, you can launch a barrel.
Okay, let's launch a barrel.
All right. Okay.
Barrel launch.
All right. So one of your barrels has been launched into the beach, and it does not connect. It doesn't attach to a beach or to a shark. But
My kids love that song.
But now, in the future, whenever the shark passes through this space, then it will trigger. And so then, like whenever the shark moves through there, then the shark player has to let you know, that space has been triggered.
Okay.
Yeah. So all of these barrels, then, are useful as you, place them about the board. Then they kind of like trigger, where, it kind of gives you an idea of like where the shark may be, and so then you can make some educated guesses as to, where exactly they might be.
Okay, so I have 2 more moves.
Yes.
Can I just go to number 6?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. And so there is, like no swimmers out there. So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
And
then I guess I want to go to the store.
Oh, so you sure. Yeah. You can do that.
I have no idea.
Well, yeah, it's just that it's that usually these characters, they don't leave their boats. So it's
my bad.
But no, but it certainly is possible though. So yeah, so it's great. All right. Yeah, and so then it would then go back to the shark, and then round and round, like we would go.
Okay.
And so
this thing that looks like you put the lotion in the basket thing, does that come with Jaws, or is that something you brought from home?
What?
The little quilt bowl.
This little guy.
Yeah.
No, it's just something from home.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So that is a round of
Jaws.
I
like it.
And yeah, and then in a wild way, and I think.
And while you're doing, I'm just gonna throw this out so we get some of these out. The Jaws fun fact number 3: you're gonna need a bigger boat was an ad-libbed line that was running a joke among crew about how small the craft services boat was for lunch breaks.
That is a true story, and that's hilarious.
Did you hear about the woman who was found dead on the beach, and where they filmed Jaws, and that she may be one of the extras in the film?
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that was that.
Yep. Yeah, she there was a woman who was found dead on the beach, and over the years people have looked at film footage and they suspect that she may be the extra that they see in the film. You have to look it up. I don't remember much about it, but
well, nice. Now not only am I scared of the bathtub, I'm scared of the beach. Thank you.
Hey, there's a lot of stuff that happens on the beach.
On July 26, 1974, a body was found in the dunes. Lady of the Dunes is what they called her.
That's what it is, yeah.
And FBI didn't identify her until 2022 as 37-year-old Ruth Marie Terry. from
Okay, I didn't
Tennessee.
remember if they had identified her or not. Now, did she have? Was there a question that maybe Whitey Bulger actually killed her? Does that say that?
It
Because I
does
think I
not say
remember
that.
that.
And they also didn't confirm that it was on set either.
Okay.
Is that the same Whitey from Me, Myself, and Irene?
Whitey Bulger, the gangster.
No. The guy they called him Whitey. I just wondered.
No.
All right, and I'm just gonna kind of do like a quickie, little run through of like the second act here.
Okay.
So the second act, this is triggered, when either two barrels, like have been attached to Jaws,
Okay.
or all of the swimmers, like have been eaten, and so then the more swimmers that the shark manages to eat, then the stronger that they are, and the more cards, more like special cards, the shark player gets, to use in the second act. And the second act, then everybody just kind of starts like wherever they would like on the orca, and you never, and much like the beginning, like the hidden movement, aspect of the game, is that you don't know like where Jaws is going to pop up. And
Yeah, that added to the mystery in the movie.
Right?
Yeah.
Because the whole time they were like, oh my God, is it on port side or starboard side? Or
Right.
I can't remember much about it. It's been so long since I've seen it.
And while he does that, number 4, Jaws was nominated for 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. It won Best Film Editing, Best Original Dramatic Score, and Best Sound.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, you will forever remember. Dun, dun,
Actually, Steven Spielberg was actually a little upset, and a lot of professionals at the time were upset that Steven Spielberg was not nominated to be Best Director. Because how can you have a Best Picture, film nominated without Best Director? It just doesn't make much sense. And it was just the fact that he was so early in his career. He was 27 at the time, and and this was, I think, his second film. He had like Sugarland Express before this, and if you really want to go back, his very first like student film was The Duel, and they're great to watch, great films. But Jaws, was very early in his career, and so a lot of people felt like, well, I mean, he doesn't deserve the nomination yet. He's just too early.
He's a rookie.
Yeah.
So,
but
and the theme music is considered the most famous of all time for a movie, by the way. Movie theme music. The da is considered it's the most famous theme music of a movie.
Yeah. I mean, how many times have you been in a pool, and are creeping up on somebody?
Yep.
At least 3 times this summer already.
I would like Steven Spielberg to do a really good movie. It's been a while since there's been a really good movie out there.
Yeah, shout out to Steven Spielberg. Call the show 720-619-0627. Let us know how bad we're crapping on your movie right now because of our lack of knowledge of the board game. Talking about board game, it is that time. It is the 5-minute warning. Jaws fun fact number 5. Peter Benchley novel's Jaws was released at the same time as the film and remained number 1 on the New York Times bestseller list for 44 weeks. Benchley very quickly became an advocate for sharks.
I remember seeing that book on my dad's table, next to his chair.
Oh,
He
look
read all those kinds of books.
So so then the second act, then happens, and in the second act, then everybody, just kind of has to uh look at where they're at on the board here, and there is 3 possible places that that Jaws will pop up. Okay. And so it's A, B, or C.
Always pick C. Always pick C. Without doubt, right? On the test. Has to be. I mean, that's the reason why I failed it.
And so then, at this point, depending on how well you did in the first act, then you might have more cards to work with. And like these cards can be like a hook. They can be a shotgun, a baseball bat, all kinds of like weird, wild weapons, that
just like the binoculars.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Right. And so then you can use, and all of the weapons like have different rules. So like, for instance, if you got like the rifle or whatever, then you can, shoot at like another space. So like so yeah, you'll see that like all these are kind of like your crosshairs, if you will. Okay. And so everybody got your little crosshairs here, and then so then I don't know, Quint decides, I'm right here, I'm not going to move, I'm just going to stay here, and I'm going to commit to C, and I'm going to do and then so these guys, then they can, now you have to be in a space with the A, B, or C to participate in the attack. All right, because you could sit out, because like maybe, just maybe, you are banged up, which is very possible, because so everybody like has like an act 2 side to their, and so they can only take so much damage before they no more.
Now we got 3 minutes because we can't stay any longer, because with Farron's show is next.
Sure thing.
So
yeah.
Well, in that case, I'll take A and you'll take B, and let's flip those cards.
Well, yeah, and so then and unfortunately but yeah, so then much like how it is that the shark has decided like which space he's going to pop up in, and he's chosen B. So then he comes up here, and then you roll for damage, and and he could very well damage the boat or destroy it.
Oh my god.
And so then you start whittling down the boat, here, and then and the game ends when Jaws has completely destroyed the boat, or has killed everyone. And
can you ever kill Jaws?
Oh yes.
All right.
Yes.
So the game ends when you kill Jaws if he doesn't kill the boat first.
Yeah, because he's got life just like you
just
do
like we do. Okay.
Yeah, and so then and so then and every time that I have played Jaws, it is just like a crazy climactic ending, because I don't know, it's just a very well balanced game that just really encapsulates the movie in a lot of fun ways, and it has really grown to be one of my favorite games for sure.
So on the scale to kind of end the show, so from a scale on 1 to 10, what would you rate it, and what would you rate it for, like, how old do you think you need to be able, because like a 5-year-old probably wouldn't do very good on this.
Yeah, I mean, certainly a 5-year-old, would need some help for sure. But no, I would say just because so many movie board games have done so badly, I mean, I don't know, 9 out of 10, I mean, like,
Oh, did you see that?
it is it's done so well, that it definitely deserves, to be, in
He's in
some
his own world.
great conversation of some of the best games as far as
I feel like 10 and up could play this game with like adult supervision. What does the box say on it? Does it have an age back then?
I mean, it says 12 and up.
Okay, there we go.
Close. I was close.
There's the answer. Well, hey, I really dig this today, man. Thank you for introducing us to this game. I didn't even know about it,
Me either.
and I love the setup.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Thanks so much for sticking it out and
what are we playing next week?
Anytime. Yeah.
What are we playing next week?
Oh, maybe, just maybe, The Bloody Inn, a favorite of mine.
What?
Is it a board game or is it a role play?
It is a board game.
Okay.
Yes. It's
All
a
right.
fantastic board game. The Bloody Inn.
The Bloody Inn. Is there a role playing game of 50 Shades of Grey? Don't answer that. Okay. All right.
I'm not going to be tuning in for that one.
No way.
All right, brother.
You have to bring your own ball gag, you guys. BYOG. Bring your own gag.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, hey, man, I really appreciate it. This is good. I didn't even know they had a Jaws game.
Yeah.
So this is awesome.
Yeah, it's so great. I definitely recommend it to anybody.
Well, thank you.
Well, yes, thank you, everybody. And next week we'll play The Bloody End right here on MBR. You're listening to the
Aries Brood podcast.
So,
thank you so much.
As always, we're not here for us. We're here for you, everybody. We're giving our veterans a voice.
Yes. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.